Good evening and thank you for joining us. It is official. The Ottawa Senators are going back to the playoffs.
Now Stutzman. Cross Cottage unloads. Sugar down score. Jake Sanderson.
A big goal there from Jake Sanderson, his 14th of the year. That doubled the Sens' lead on a two-man advantage against the New York Islanders. And Ridley Gregg, he would score the opening goal in that one, shorthanded actually, to take the 1-0 lead, and that would go on to be the game winner. Linus Ullmark getting the shutout, Michael Amadio adding an empty netter. The final score in this one, 3-0, as the Sens are heating up at the right time.
They're so connected. It's a resilient bunch, and it feels like they've been in the playoffs for the last 7 or 8 games already, and really playing well collectively and defensively.
So the Sens right now are in the first wild card spot. They jumped ahead of the Boston Bruins, both teams with 96 points on the year. The big story here, though, the Detroit Red Wings losing tonight to the New Jersey Devils. And again, that makes it official. The Sens are going back to the playoffs. We still don't know who they will face in round 1. Ottawa has 2 more regular season games left, including one tomorrow against the Devils. Well, students and parents are raising concerns following the University of Ottawa lockdown yesterday. Many are questioning how information was shared during the incident and if communication from the school and police was clear enough in a critical situation. CTV's Josh Morano has more.
For Edward Bennett and Colin Fragos, this Friday during exam season was something they never experienced before.
I'd walked around campus a bit, and that's when I saw some of the screens up with the run, hide, take shelter message.
Shortly after 5 p.m., the U Ottawa campus was locked down. The university issuing this message reading, quote, "Run, hide, defend. There's a violent incident occurring on campus."
I took cover in the 3rd floor of UCU and hid out there till it was done.
But many did not receive the message and found out through classmates and friends.
I would have never known, right? And all of my friends were walking on campus, so they only got the information from protection telling them.
The university initiated the lockdown while Ottawa police investigated reports of a suspicious person, leading to the arrest of a man off campus who police say was in possession of a replica firearm.
Because of his actions with that gun, which began at the Rideau Center and continued on to the Ottawa U campus, we just need to track him down and confirm that.
The incident now raising questions about how the school handled the situation.
The only information they were getting was from me, who was texting back and forth what I was seeing on social media and on TV, and what the kids were texting each other from one building to the other.
The U Ottawa Students Union says the lockdown notification was delivered via Secure UO, a university safety app, which meant not all students were notified. Students are calling on a centralized email moving forward.
The fact that Secure UO is not necessarily super broadcasted, I only knew of it because I also work for the university.
In a response to CTV News, the school notes a review of the incident is ongoing, advising all students to download the security app. Writing, email cannot be relied on as a primary means of safety alerts when time is of the essence due to delivery limitations. In an emergency, this app is the most prompt and reliable way to receive emergency notifications and the latest information.
A lot of people just wanted a clear answer, and some people were getting kind of frustrated that that wasn't coming out.
For Fragos, the focus is on quicker communication and accountability.
I feel like more communication sort of in the middle that would help people from feeling so isolated in the situation would be beneficial.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says after 21 hours of negotiating in Pakistan, the U.S. and Iranian delegations have failed to reach a deal to end the war in the Middle East. And while they met today, people rallied outside the U.S. Embassy, speaking out against the ongoing internet blackout in Iran. And CTV's Kimberly Johnson was there.
This is how Iran wins!
Marching towards Parliament Hill, chanting, "This is how Iran wins." Ralliers move through downtown Ottawa, opposing Iran's Islamic regime.
I'm out here marching for my country, my people, asking for a regime change. That's the only thing that the Iranian wants.
Iranian Canadians from Ottawa, Toronto, and Montreal, and supporters of the Lion and Sun Revolution.
This regime for 47 years has been tortured people, and we are done with this regime. There is no reform.
Members here calling for an end to Iran's digital blackout, which restricts access to information for those in the country. Mahabad Nazari says he is here because communication with his family is limited.
We are really their voice.
Led by organizers from Cyrus the Great Ottawa, an advocacy group dedicated to supporting the people of Iran.
First and foremost, we would like to no negotiation happen between the Islamic regime and the U.S. as it is ongoing in Pakistan.
With talks underway, organizers are calling for the U.S. government to recognize and meet with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi as Iran's transitional leader and reject the Islamic regime.
Because whoever are participating in this negotiation from the Iranian side, they are not representing the Iranian people, and they are not representing the will of the people. They are just buying some time to prolong the life of this regime.
Fight tyranny at every turn.
Some members of parliament also calling for change.
For me, this is a personal cause. I have watched this regime create so much chaos and terror across so many lives and people. To see that this is the end of that regime is a moment of historic proportion.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News.
It was a nice sunny day here in the capital. There's a beautiful shot there as well of the Rideau River. Shout out to Scott Rook for that beauty of a shot as we take our first look at the weather forecast and a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is 1 degree out there right now. Again, beautiful conditions for much of the day. Unfortunately, we do have some showers in the forecast. Overnight, some cloud, and then tomorrow we have rain. Monday starting off with some showers as well. The next 24 hours showing getting to a high of around 6 or 7 degrees, that 80% chance of rain at around 4 p.m. as well, but relatively mild wind to what we've experienced in the last couple of days. Right now it is, as I mentioned, 1 degree. We got up to a daytime high of 9 degrees, which we all enjoyed quite a bit. The Ottawa Police Service is warning of a coyote sighting in Orleans. Police say 2 brazen coyotes were reported by local residents near Lalonde Conservation Park. This video sent into our newsroom shows 2 coyotes wandering around in the area. Coyotes are common in Ottawa, but they rarely come into contact with humans. Officials urge caution when walking small animals, especially at night. And police say since coyotes are likely looking for food to consider keeping waste bins inside a garage if possible. Residents can also report coyote sightings on the city's website. Well, playoff hockey fever has returned to the capital, and it's not just for the Sens, but also the 67s.
Bowes. Spencer Bowes ahead. 2-on-1 now for Ottawa. Bowes receives it across. Harebic gets across, and it's in.
The Barber Poles taking on the Colts in Game 2 of their second-round playoff matchup. That was Spencer Bowes getting one for the Barber Poles, but it was not enough. Barrie wins this one 5-3, taking a 2-0 series lead. Game 3 goes Tuesday night here in Ottawa. And meantime, in PWHL action, the Ottawa Charge, they sat 1 point behind Toronto for a playoff spot heading into this afternoon's contest.
Be open more. Oh, a dangerous play. Brianne Jenner scores, and the Ottawa Charge.
Jenner with a huge goal to get the party started for Ottawa. Sarah Wisniewicz would add an empty netter en route to a 2-0 win over Toronto, and with that win, the Charge jump over the Scepters in the standings for a last and final playoff spot. But Toronto does still have 4 games left on the year, Ottawa with just 3. The Charge play next Saturday afternoon at TD Place against the New York Sirens.
I love some of the designs on there, so it's a possibility.
Still ahead, are you looking to spruce up your space? Well, there's a perfect event that's underway, and we take you to the Ottawa Cottage Life and Backyard Show when we come back. There's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It's 1 degree right now, but things are warming up, and if that means it's time for you to get out to the cottage, you're in luck, because the 25th annual Ottawa Cottage Life and Backyard Show is on at the EY Centre this weekend, bringing all you need to know for outdoor living. CTV's Camille Wilson has more.
Brenda and Jeff Keeley have a cottage, but always looking for upgrades.
We purchased the cottage just almost 3 years ago and renovated in that, and we're just looking at what ideas we could get from here.
The 25th annual Cottage Life and Backyard Show taking over the EY Center, drawing in thousands of outdoor and cottage enthusiasts. More than 200 exhibitors showcasing services from backyard improvements and roofing to vendors selling pools, docks, and boats.
This is a really cool style. It has seats that can move so you can look one way or the other way. It's beautiful. So I love some of the designs on there. So it's a possibility.
While you're here, paint your own one-of-a-kind birdhouse at the Paint Your Own Birdhouse workshop to take home and add to your backyard.
There's a lot more staycationing that's happening. People are investing more time in their backyards. Their backyard oasis rather than maybe taking some travel time.
Travel may not be on the list for this couple this year. They came to get inspired for their future outdoor living experiences.
Not this year. This year we're planning on moving, so we're working on that.
We came here to get for my truck. I got a big truck and I can't reach. So I got this to reach to clean all my windows, so it'll be perfect.
Buying from local vendors is a cheaper option for those looking to save on outdoor upgrades.
I've been talking to people in the industry, and there's definitely some trends of people spending their dollars in Canada rather than in some other countries.
For the Keeleys, owning a cottage gives them the best of both worlds.
It's a place to get away, plus we can rent it out and we can go away. So works for us.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
And we are so close to cottage season. You can almost taste it in the air because things are warming up as we take another look at the weather forecast. The satellite radar showing very little activity across the region here in Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec. It was a beautiful day, nice and sunny, but it is getting cold tonight. -6 is the low in the capital, -7 in Bancroft. Same goes for Maniwaki at -7, along with Mont-Tremblant. -6 is the low in Gatineau tonight, but then warming up tomorrow to 8 degrees. We do unfortunately have some precipitation in the forecast across, well, the entire region. Either rain or in some cases some snow that will likely be more slush by the time it actually hits the ground and sticks around for a little bit. And we're expecting a high of 6 degrees tomorrow with some rain in Gatineau. You can see our highs, though, are warming up substantially. The conditions just need to catch up. 18 degrees is the high on Monday with more showers, 12 degrees on Tuesday, 40% chance of rain. But look at that, 19 degrees on Wednesday and on Thursday, 20 degrees is the expected high next week. On Saturday, it is, as I mentioned, finally starting to feel more like cottage season.
Luckily, I'm still here because they were quick to action and saved my life.
Pushing back against the province's plan to pull funding for supervised consumption sites. We'll have details right after the break. Sledge Hockey of Eastern Ontario hosting their 19th annual Ottawa Invitational Tournament today at the Jim Durrell Rec Centre. The association has a long history dating back about 30 years, organizing the sport for players all across the region. The tournament wraps up tomorrow. Well, advocates argue the province's decision to shutter the remaining supervised consumption sites across Ontario will result in more opioid overdose deaths. CTV's Allison Hurst has more from an emotionally charged rally in Toronto.
Attendants add names and messages to the memorial wall outside the Moss Park Safe Consumption site, honoring those who have died.
A lot of these people took me in, like, they had a tent, when, like, they don't let me in the worst times.
Dozens are here for a rally demanding the Ford government not pull its funding from provincially funded safe consumption sites, following cuts at 7 others last month.
We have been operating an incredibly important life-saving service for almost a decade, and now for no good reason, for, you know, only the worst possible reasons is this being taken away from us.
Jessica Lyons has been a nurse at Moss Park since the beginning and helped organize the rally.
It has allowed me to provide the most important life-saving services to people who otherwise cannot access health care. And now that is being taken away, and we will not let it happen without a gigantic fight.
There were roughly a dozen speakers, from those who worked at the sites.
We knew it was possible, but the way it happened was really, really surprising. And one that's going to affect the city, that's overwhelmed.
We are being perceived as enablers of substance users. Yes, yet we are the bridge to their recovery. Yet we are
the bridge to many of the various resources that they need.
To those who have had their lives saved by the workers at the sites.
I was going down every other day from overdoses, and luckily I'm still here because they were quick to action and saved my life.
CTV News reached out to the province for a comment but did not hear back. However, on April 1st, following a different rally, said in a statement, instead of giving people tools to use harmful illegal drugs, our government is helping people break the tragic cycle of drug addiction by making record investments in more mental health and wraparound supports.
Harm reduction! Harm reduction!
The impact already being felt following the closure of other safe consumption sites across the province.
When I asked them where they go for wound care, food, mental health support, help getting housed, or accessing detox and treatment, almost all of them said they come right here.
This is going to kill thousands of people in the first year, I bet. It does not make sense to me at all to see that this is being shut down.
A letter from the Ministry of Health to one of the sites says its provincial funding for consumption and treatment services will end as of June 13th. Alison Hurst, CTV News.
A new music festival taking place in the Byward Market. We'll share those details after the break. Welcome back. Ontario Provincial Police are reminding motorists to properly dispose their smoking materials after a cigarette caused a small grass fire on the 416 this afternoon. The incident happened on the highway near Roger Stevens Drive in the city's south. OPP posting this photo to social media of the fire in the median of the highway. Police say the fire was caused by a lit cigarette. Traffic was affected in the area as Ottawa firefighters worked to extinguish the flames. Well, looking ahead now to 3 critical by-elections on Monday that could give the federal Liberals a majority government. This, as new polling numbers show the Liberals with a commanding lead. The new Nanos numbers from Nanos Research have the Liberals at more than 45%. The Conservatives are about 15 points back at 30%, and the NDP are at 12.5%.
When you're looking at numbers like this, it's clear that the Liberals, if there were an election held today, would be in majority territory. The good news for Pierre Poilievre, there is not election today. The bad news for Pierre Poilievre is there are by-elections coming up on Monday. And, with national numbers like these, the Liberals are well positioned to do reasonably well in these by-elections, especially the ones in Ontario.
And the divide is even wider when it comes to preferred prime minister, with Mark Carney at 54% over Pierre Poilievre, who's at just under 23%. And when it comes to the main issues right now for Canadian voters, the economy and jobs are top of mind, followed by Donald Trump and U.S. relations, inflation, healthcare, and immigration. Ottawa's first Maple and Moonshine Festival making its debut in the Byward Market this weekend. The 3-day celebration of country music features an all-Canadian lineup. Over 30 artists will perform at 10 venues, and there will be line dancing lessons, as we saw there, along with some other outdoor activities. The festival wraps up tomorrow. After the break, one last look at the forecast, plus this statue unveiling in Seattle goes wrong. We'll have those details after the break.
Come out here and take the bath.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Take one last look at your wake-up weather and your 7-day forecast, and there are some nice temperatures on the horizon. 1 degree waking up to that, and clear conditions, but then the rain will likely sit in. And you can see the 7-day forecast showing that, yeah, we do have some nice temperatures in the forecast. 18 is the expected high on Monday, 12 on Tuesday, 19 degrees on Wednesday. It's going to be a scorcher based on what we have been used to in what has seemed like, for some, the winter that never ends. But it's official. Spring is here, and I'm loving it. Finally for us tonight, he was known for getting hits, but Ichiro Suzuki's statue unveiling in Seattle was a memorable miss.
The statue of one of the greatest players in the history of the game.
You can see the tarp coming off there, and you can probably tell as well. The bat is broken. It is not supposed to look like that. The Seattle Mariners legend laughed at the mishap, and the team's social media account, they had some fun with it as well, posting this image saying tonight's replica statue giveaway has been updated, and so someone's going to want to get that statue a prescription, I would say, but either way, it's all good. And fun and games there in Seattle. Ichiro Suzuki is a legend. Growing up on the West Coast, a lot of Mariners fans, a lot of Suzuki fans. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.